So when I originally built this right here for Mama, I did a color match dash. We got the custom Volvo color. I think this is Volvo. She wanted, I did white speakers to match the white seats. And instead of doing a regular radio, we did a CarPlay ride. This is a motorcycle CarPlay, wireless CarPlay adapter. I put a Bluetooth amp behind the dash. We did a key switch here. USB fit perfectly into the keyhole. You know, we did it up for Mama. I put a volume control here for the amplifier. She likes this. She likes this here where I mounted this. She says, because I don't have to worry about it. I can just turn whatever I want to on and then just go. But she says, baby, she says, I don't need to go 40, 45 miles per hour. And we set it back for her, and I don't know, she just kept saying that the pedal just felt weird. But anyways, we're just gonna take all of this right here out next, and we're gonna swap it in with, I'm gonna swap the 12-volt battery with a DC converter, so we don't have to worry about charging this battery here. We can get rid of this right here, no-code charger. We're gonna keep the mic tuning system for this, but we're gonna take the controller out and the motor out as well. And we're going to use a stock motor, stock controller. I might do a little speed magnet upgrade on there as well. 20, 21, that's all she wanted to begin with. Here I was trying to be, you know, trying to give Mama the best of the best or whatever, but she's just not that type of girl. She's never really been like high maintenance. And, you know, when I built this car, I was trying to, you know, go all out, but whatever. But anyways, we're gonna go all out on a stock system. I got a different lithium battery we're gonna throw in here since this one doesn't have one in it right now. I'll show you all of that here in a little bit. But so I keep getting requests for adapter plates for the NOCOs and similar AC adapters for club car presidents, but I don't make them, and here's why. That didn't take an adapter plate. It's 100% stock. I just used 3 screws, screwed it in there, and it fits fine. There's no need to get like the adapter plate. And the ones that I've seen, they go down here and they go up and they're just making flat. And really and truly, I just think they look ugly. That's my opinion. But the NOCOs and the NOCO knockoffs, they work just fine on the club car president bodies. There's no need to add any type of adapter plate. All right, I started stripping it out, got the battery out, got the controller unhooked, just got to unbolt it, and some of this other stuff I might pull out just until we can organize everything. This is the NOCO 10x1. This is a 12-volt battery charger for one battery or one battery in parallel. And I was thinking to myself, should we use this on the next cart and put a 12-volt battery in there, which I would like to do that. It's not necessary, but I would like to do it. Or should I put this on the boat? I just bought a boat about a week or so ago, and I wanted to start doing some boat videos as well, but I could put a lithium battery on the boat and we can charge it up with this. I don't know, this right here is 100% waterproof, but I don't know what we're gonna do with this yet. I got the motor off, Accelerated Systems, LLC, but I was thinking this right here adapter looks like it would come off and it'd be just like a regular output shaft there, like a keyway or something. I don't know, maybe not. Always thought about using this for something else. It's been a good motor, not knocking it one bit at all. See 48 to 72, 8,000 RPM. And yeah, it's been a good one. So this is the Silverwolf T-Con motor, very small, front to back, like so. Really just gives you a size comparison to the Navitas. But I really did like this right here. I'll probably keep it for something else, and it's an ACPM motor. I think it was the last video I uploaded. Somebody asked me about relocating this right here plate. Well, you see here on these stock plates here, you have this right here style piece right here. You have one there and you have one right here. Well, the first time I did it, I just took some ABS plastic. This is a sheet. and I ripped it down. I drilled it into the plastic, and I did one over here as well. And then I was able to slide it in between this right here piece of plastic and this one. So if you're watching it, that's how I did it. I didn't want to make a whole video on just that, but while I had this one right here apart, I decided, you know what, we'll throw this in there in case this is something you're wanting to do. And it just really just fit directly in place here. And it's just a divider is all it is, see? That's all it is, just basically a divider. But I've seen people use wood, I've seen people use angle brackets and different things, but that's how I did it. Hope you can hear me, even though I got an air conditioner out here in the shop. Got a little box fan today, and while I was looking at some of this stuff, I was like, what did I do with all of this stuff, right? I think that's my speed sensor wires, and I guess I'm gonna have to hardwire them in because I cut that connector off. All right, so Sonny Power sent over their 105 amp hour, 51.2 volt battery here. This is the case battery, metal case battery. Got their logo here. Nothing on the right side. You see your mounting feet there. Mounting feet here as well. The business end, negative, positive, COM port, display port, your on and off switch. Pretty simple there. Nothing along the back side except your logo. Now it does show your negative and your positive here on top of the case. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the top here and let's take a look at the inside of the battery and see how well it's put together. All right, went ahead and took all the screws out of the case. Here it says shut battery pack off if not used for 3 days or longer, okay? And even though it looks like there's a little bit of a glow there, that's off and that's on. So it gets brighter when you turn it on. Went ahead and turn it back off. Let's go ahead and pull the case off for the first time. See exactly what the battery looks like on the inside. All right, pretty well done here. It looks like the balance leads are screwed in to the cells. It looks like the cells are welded together. Dali BMS. That's a Bluetooth dongle for the BMS. Everything's nice and neat. Everything's nice and tight as well in there. This looks like a pretty nice battery here. Looks like the battery is actually bolted in to the case. I like that as well. So looks to be a nice clean battery setup. We do have the foam strip around the outside perimeter. But since we're putting it into the golf cart, I'm going to put the cover back on upside down because the business end is on this side here, and when you lift the seat up, you'll be able to read everything. I just like to do that. That's my deal. I'll put the links to Sonny Power down in the description below where you can check them out as well. And with that being said, I'm gonna try to get it to the cart next so we can finish this install. Now the only thing I see about flipping this right here cover around, this right here used to be the business end. It says positive, negative. There's nothing over here, okay? Don't confuse that because this is still negative and this is still positive. So these are the screws I'm using to install the battery with. It's a pretty thick screw. It's like a number 3, I think, Phillips head. Let me show you exactly how I'm getting these right here into the hole. I just got one more to do. Let me show you my trick. Long screwdriver, going into a deep socket, and this right here is going to be a, did I pass it? 11/16 deep socket, going into a half inch to quarter inch adapter. I mean, look at this right here. This is nuts, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, if somebody isn't here to help you, what would you do? So you always gotta think of something. Like, don't knock it if it works, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but like these Craftsman screwdrivers, a lot of them were made to actually fit inside of sockets. And this one here fits in this one. So if you ever need to use a Phillips head screwdriver, I was about lost for words there, with a socket, just see what size socket fits it. And this right here doesn't turn at all inside. So there it is. That's how I did it. Got both of them installed there and both of them in place there as well. So before I forget, I want to show you the rest of the stuff that comes with the Sonny Power. It comes with a DC to DC converter. This one comes with actually a round gauge, and it also comes with a stock receptacle port for the onboard charger. And I would use this. The problem is I'm using that no-code GCP1, and the only reason I'm using that instead of this right here is because I already had screws going into the plastic, and I don't want those seen. So I'm gonna keep that, and just not gonna use this right here. So, but anyways, we might be able to use it on another build. We just need to remove this end right here and throw another end on there and go to town, because it has the standard American color codes for your ground, your hot, and your neutral on there. So if we had to, we could just chop that off, throw a plug on there, and use it as well. And you have your onboard charger as well. So I'm gonna take this one right here, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna use this right here, okay? I'll link this right here down in the description. I like using these right here. They're simple to install. Just strip the wires back, stick them in, tighten them down. Pretty easy there. White goes to silver, black goes to ground, and green goes to green. Now, how I used to figure all of this right here out, a man told me something a long time ago, and I've never forgot it. White people, they like silver teeth. Black people, they like gold teeth, and green is the ground. So I've always remembered that. But on this right here, we're not gonna be able to use it like that because we have European wire colors on this right here. All right, I went ahead and cut the wires. Notice this, not your standard white, black, and green, right? So I'm not an electrician, but let me show you the easy way of finding which wire is which. Take the plug you cut off, plug it into the receptacle. White is gonna be blue, green is gonna be yellow, black is gonna be brown. All right, pretty simple. Got 3 installed. I'm gonna clamp it down on the cable here. Tighten these 2 screws down. This right here isn't going anywhere. All right, so I went ahead and hooked the gauge up just to see if we were making amperage. We are. Controller's putting in 22 amps right now. The battery's at 71%, 54.2 volts. I like this. I want to incorporate it on the cart. I just don't know exactly where to put it at, only due to the dash being painted, okay? I was thinking maybe I could drill a hole back here, stick it back there. I thought about putting it directly right here. So I have a couple of different hole sizes, and they're all very similar. This one up here was a 2 1/8, and this was a 2. Now, it did fit in the 2 1/8, but it was a little loose, and I put it in the 2-inch. It was real snug. I'm gonna put it on that one. I do have the mounting brackets back there, but I like to test this stuff before I go drilling on my dash or anything like that. This is a lot cheaper and more forgiving before you start cutting on your main piece. It's kind of like measure twice, cut once. But these are just thin sheets here. I get them for the laser machine, and I just use them. I keep them for scrap. See here, I got 3 holes down here. I just left them over scrap. So this right here, I can test this out, but you can get a piece of plastic as well, or some cardboard also. So I went ahead and took the lower dash off. Here's the pocket, got the hole drilled. 2-inch is super tight. I almost can't even rotate it, it's so tight, but I think that'll look pretty good. I'm gonna stick it back in there, run the wire. I just think it's just a better look than having it sitting over here and just wires dangling. You're not gonna use it that much, just to look down occasionally and see what kind of battery you have left. So I broke that, but can't help it now, but here it is, it's in. Looks pretty good, can't see no wires, everything's ran down. And going into the battery down here. Still need to mount this and do a little bit of wire management as well. All right, I got another one of these eco battery converters here. I put this in. I have a bunch of these, and I have them on my eBay store. Got them marked down below retail price. So if you're interested in one, I'll try to put a link down in the description, but I used one of these. I had 2 of them that did not have the long harnesses with them. So I put one in here, just cut the main plug off. I tied the key switch which is here, to pin 10 of the harness. I use one of these back taps. I don't like using them, but I have these and they seem to work fine. I need to just tape the rest of this right here harness up. But pin 10 is the key switch input. So right now, this will not turn on. So once we put our code in here, so that's on. Now we can come over here, turn our panel on, turn our music on, our lights turn on, the carpet ride will begin to turn on as well. We can turn the lights on. The lights are on. We can adjust the lights with the stalk. So with that being said, just need to clean it all up. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna wrap this right here wire with black electrical tape. I don't have any Tessa tape, so I'm gonna just do that. I got the mic tuning box. It's mounted, covers on. Everything is here. Everything is done on this right here. I'm gonna take it for a spin and see exactly how quick this little card is now. I want to say there was a speed code in this white controller here, but I can't remember. So we're gonna see exactly what it does here in just a minute. Let me button it up and we're gonna take it for a ride. All right, guys, got out the shop. Everything is hooked up. Everything's done. I need to clean the seats. I had this parked outside the shop, and our labs will get on here and sit down when it's raining. We got the Sonny Power battery. We got a 2014 and up white controller on this 2008 President. Remember the little trick I showed you to make that work? I think it was pin 13 needs to be grounded on the harness. So that's the 08 harness. Like I said, Mama was not too fond of this thing running 35, 40 miles per hour. She just kept saying it just doesn't feel like a stock motor, stock controller. Well, it wasn't. It was a AC system kit. And when I built it originally for her, I was just wanting to build her the best of the best, but I understand she just wants something simple. So that's what the deal is. Everything is now done. It's just a piece of trash. Anyways, let's get on here and see what kind of speeds we can expect out of a stock motoring system now. All right, let's make a run on Mama's little card here, see what we're doing. Feels kind of spunky. All right, looks like we're topping out around 21, maybe 22. Not bad.